Good afternoon. It is 4:30 on the 30th of August. That's a Friday. I was hoping to come out a little bit earlier today, but I've had a little bit too much to do. So I'm just about to head off out now, and I'm going to be out until it goes quiet, really. So I'm hoping for it to be quite busy. Last few Fridays have been quite good. So I'm going to go online just now and see what happens. I'll try my best to give you updated hourly like I usually do, but sometimes I can do that, sometimes it's just it's just far too busy, so it has to be like every 2 hours or so. But I shall catch you in a bit. So, quick little update. It's been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. It's just turned 7 o'clock, so it's been 2.5 hours. First job I had was basically Burscough to sort of Burscough. Wasn't too far, but there was traffic everywhere. Now Burscough is always rammed with traffic, but this was something else. It was £8.78 for a 2.2 mile job, so it was a decent job. I only ran about a mile to it, but there was just so much traffic and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Straight after that I then had a Skelmersdale to Preston. It says Preston, but it's basically Tarleton, which is it wasn't as far away. It's only like 5 miles away from mine, so basically it came up as like £19. So I thought it's only going to take me like 20 minutes to do that job, so it's not too bad. So I took it, and then as soon as the passengers got in, I clicked navigate. It recalculated and it then said, oh, this trip's going to take you 43 minutes. I thought, it's not going to take 43 minutes to get from Skem to Tarleton, that's like 20 minutes. So then I had a look on the map and I thought, why does it take me all the way down these little country roads? And the M6 was shut basically from like Wigan, Skem, all the way up past Preston. Absolute nightmare. So it took me an hour and 10 minutes to drive 12 miles from Skem to Tarleton. Honestly, it was ridiculous. Every man and his dog had come off the M6 and everybody had piled into Ormskirk, Burscough and towards Tarleton. One particular set of traffic lights by Tarleton, I was sat there for over 20 minutes just to get through one set of lights. Everybody was all cutting corners, cutting across farmers' fields and everything. It was carnage. So Uber increased the price slightly. I'm going to message them because it should be more than that. They increased it from £19 something to £23.20, and it says on there you got an increase because it took you slightly longer. I'm thinking you should be paying me more than the £23 for the hour and 10 minutes. So I'll message them anyway, and then straight after that I was in Tarleton, so I got a Tarleton to Tarleton. I took it because the guy was about 100 metres away from me, so it was £3.62 for 1.5 miles. I then got a Tarleton into Southport. So again, I took that because it was taking me away from all that traffic. That was £12.57 for 10.2 miles. So I'm in Southport now. So it's just gone on £48.17p for 2.5 hours. So it's like £19.26 an hour. That kind of makes sense. I know it's half an hour, but if it was to continue on like that, that's what I'd be on. So it's a bit poor, to be honest, but like I said, I've wasted so much time just sat in that traffic, so I'm going to have a little moan to Uber about that to see if they can increase that a little bit further. And that's it. I've actually just come offline because it's the first time I've stopped in 2.5 hours. And that's it. So I'll give you a little update in a bit. Hopefully things will improve now. There's not as much traffic, and yeah, I will keep you posted. Quick little update. It's just turned 8:30, so it's been an hour and a half since the last update. I was in Southport last time we spoke, and I got an Uber X, which was £10.19 for 3.3 miles, Southport to Southport. I then got another Southport to Southport, £5.37 for 2.3 miles. I then got another Southport to Southport, that was an XL, £7.23 that was for 1.4 miles. I then got another XL, which was Southport back onto Lord Street, which was £10 2p. That was for 3.3 miles and a £5 tip. I then got another X, and that was literally 100 metres away from me, £3.77 for half a mile. So the total, including the £5 tip, is £89.75, and I've just done 4 hours, so I'm on £22.43 an hour. Obviously I haven't taken my expenses off that. I'll probably do, I don't know if to do like little weekly breakdowns or maybe just do like a monthly like summary at the end of each month, which basically will show a complete total of how many hours I've worked in that month, and how much I've made in total. Bit of a breakdown for my monthly fixed costs, which will then show you how much I've made that month, and what my total hourly rate is for that month, rather than basically doing like a summary every 5 minutes. This is just like a bit of a brief kind of, you know, this is what I'm doing on each night, to give people a bit of a rough idea if they come out at certain times of day in certain locations. This is roughly what you should be looking at earning. So I'll carry on. My mileage is really good because I've been doing a lot of, you know, just Southport to Southport, you know, just kind of inner city. So I'm getting 3.6 miles per kilowatt. So when I set out, it said I only had 130 miles range, but I've done 64 miles and I've still got 85 miles left up to now, so that's 149 miles. So I've gained 19 miles whilst I've been driving, so I'm still okay for now. I carry on working, and basically I'll have a break as and when my mileage drops to 20-30 miles, because then I'll go and put it on charge, and that's when I'll have like an hour break. I'll have something to eat, stretch my legs. I've only just stopped here for a second because I wanted to use the facilities at McDonald's, and that's it. So I'm just going to go back online now, and I will keep you updated shortly. Final update of the evening. It is just after 10:30. Last update was 8:30, and since then I have done, I was in Southport, was I? I think so. Done a Southport to Southport, Uber X, £3.88 for 1.2 miles. I then done a Southport to Southport, £8.22 for 4.7 miles. I then had another Uber X, that was Southport to Litherland, which is kind of the outskirts of Liverpool. That was £19.35 for 15.3 miles. I then had a Maghull back to Ormskirk, that was an Uber XL, £14.86, that was for 5.3 miles. I got back to Ormskirk, I had about 30 miles left on the tank, so I had two decisions. I could either then go to Maghull services, which you would have got there probably, I don't know, 11:15, charged up, had like an hour break, and then carried on at about 11:45. And then I thought, well, the night isn't too bad, but it's not, I wouldn't say it was booming, and I don't know how booming it's going to be come midnight. So I'd hate to go on a fast charge and pay over the odds, you know, a full charge at the service as well. I would have had 30 miles. It probably would have been about 25 quid, thereabouts. Whereas I could come home and charge up for like £2.50. So it really has to be worth it. I have to feel as though I'm then going to get another like 150 miles worth of jobs from midnight onwards. Now, I probably would if I wanted to stay out until 4, 5, maybe 6 AM, but I don't, because I already started at 4:30, so I know I've only done 6 hours, but I've got a few jobs I need to do tomorrow morning, and then I'll have more of a full day tomorrow. I'll try and do like at least 12 hours tomorrow. So in short, for this evening, I've done £136.06. That works out to £22.67 an hour, which isn't too bad. But then, you know, on some of my other videos, I've been getting £21-22 an hour during the daytime, to be honest. So yeah, kind of makes me think, like, is it worth working really late? I mean, now it's, you know, it's 10:30 or just after 10:30. Is it worth staying out until 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? I don't know, to be honest. I still haven't really established that. Yeah, so I will. Uber got back to me because I raised like a little, not a complaint as such, but I kind of objected to the poor. Because basically that job, which was the Skelmersdale to just past Tarleton, I think the way that their system works is it pops up, it quickly checks like the miles and says, we estimate this is going to take you, you know, roughly 20 minutes or whatever, because it's, you know, like a 10-mile job, and that's where it generates the price. It doesn't seem to look at the traffic there and then. It's only once you've accepted the job, you then pick the customer up, you click navigate, it then looks at the traffic. It then says, oh hang on a sec, I didn't think to do this before, it's not going to take you 20 minutes anymore, it's going to take you about an hour and 10 minutes. So I basically raised that, because I think it was initially like £19 plus £1.70 towards holiday pay or something, and they ended up paying me like £24. So I basically raised it with them to say, like, I don't think it was right. And they come back with the usual copy and paste. You can see that the current trip payment falls within or higher than our estimated range for this trip. Because of this, there's no need to make any trip payment adjustments. And they just go on to do like a load of waffle, and then I just message back saying, like, it doesn't seem correct that a job that is sent to me showing an estimated journey time of 20 minutes turns out to be an hour and 10 minutes, but the price only increases a few pounds. They've said, oh, we understand your concern. Upon review, you have been paid £23.20 based on actual time and distance travelled, and any dynamic pricing amount such as surge or pricing technology. The upfront estimate offered to you was £19.89. Bearing in mind this was for like a 20-minute job, which includes a holiday pay of £1.15. Since the trip fell back to time and distance, holiday pay was not included. This is normal, but we will review all of your per trip holiday pay payments and apply a top up if you have received less than 12.7% of your applicable weekly earnings. So basically they're just talking waffle just to give you the headache and think, do you know what, I can't really bother besting them back, which is exactly, you end up wasting your time. You know, you're busy Friday night sending messages back and forth. So it's just one of them things. It's hard really, because if I would have known that the M6 was shut and that's what all the traffic was for, then when that job would have popped up from Skem to Tarleton, I wouldn't have accepted it, because I would have realised that the traffic was there, but I didn't, because I didn't. That's when I found out that the M6 was shut, basically. So it's just basically just have to chalk it up as a lesson learned, really. And that's about it. So what I've done, mileage wise, I've done 110 miles, and I've still got 33 miles left in the tank. So yeah, not too bad. I've been getting 3.3 miles per kilowatt, which is good. So yeah, I'm going to put it on charge now, which is, like I said, going to cost me about £2.50 to charge up. And I will be out tomorrow for a much longer shift. These little 6-hour shifts, I just feel like I just feel like they're a waste of time. I can just pottering about. It's either like all or nothing with me. So yeah, I'm going to come out tomorrow and do a much longer shift. So thanks for watching, and if you're enjoying any of this waffle that I'm going on about, please like and subscribe because it'll help, and I will catch you on the next one.